If you guys remember, getting your report card can be nerve-wracking, right? For any student. You, Aid?
Yeah.
But now there's a new trend that's causing a little bit more pressure. The latest sharenting trend involves parents recording their kids' real-time reactions as they read their grades openly to a camera. I know, close your mouth, ma'am. Crazy, right? Which they then later post online to platforms like YouTube. And while some people think that this could be a way to motivate your kids to get good grades, psychologists are urging parents to think twice about the potential fallout that might result. What do you guys think about this idea? Getting your grades read online for people to comment, subscribe.
This
I
online
think
thing is
not
stupid.
everything has to be put on social media.
Say that one more time.
Not everything has to be put on social media. I know for me, because my grades really matter to me, when report card day came, I remember like opening that envelope like really slowly, my heart beating. I had so much anxiety, and now having 2 kids, I would never want to put them through that publicly.
Right.
That's unfair.
It was hard enough.
If they have great grades, maybe, you know, like if they're on the honor roll or whatever, maybe post that. But what happened to posting things on the refrigerator? That's always cool.
Or
I do that.
Or God forbid, if you have a family group chat of people that actually really care about these children, and there's something to be like, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so proud of my child. Guys, look what they did. And you get that in that's for a family group chat, y'all.
Yeah.
Some things can remain private.
Everybody want to be a personality, an influencer, and it's like, this really upsets me though, because like children are not to be tools for your fame and your social
They're not
media
an accessory.
presence. No. And I feel like even if it's positive, like give the child a choice, you know? But I feel like so much of this ends up being very deleterious to these kids' mental health.
Yeah.
And we've seen children who have been shamed by their parents on social media go as far as to committing suicide.
Yeah.
So why aren't we being more aware of how we can protect our children? I don't know.
Yeah. Even if it's positive.
Yeah. And we have to remember the most important thing is that your grades do not dictate your intelligence. It only tells you your performance in school. And a lot of kids weigh their smarts, their level of intelligence on the grades, which can really shame somebody because some people aren't built for the way school is structured.
Designed,
Their self-value and worth.
Yes. And so that's the big mistake I would think about if I ever had a child that I was, talking about their grades. I would make sure that they know they're looking at the way you apply yourself, the way you turned in your homework, the way you focused in class, the way you actually looked, the way you look like you retained the information, and that is your grade. So if you're not grading well, that means that something's not happening to make you stick the information. It does not mean that you're stupid.
But Auntie Lonnie, what do you think?
Well, I did something last season, and it was like the Lonnie Love Grade Challenge, and I had people send me, copies of like if they made the honor roll or if they wanted to show their grades.
Yeah.
But I did it as an encouragement, and I said I would post it, and I got thousands. I mean, I was overwhelmed.
Yeah, but that's with their consent, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
And again, you mean you wanted to give them like incentive. Like,
Right.
this is a reason to go get a good grade, because if you do, Auntie Lonnie will actually post
And it was
on her
after the
Instagram.
fact. It was after they
Which is
saw their
great.
grades.
There's nothing, that's amazing.
Right. But
Yeah.
that, I just think that when parents are doing it, I think maybe they're doing it as encouragement. Because I'm pretty sure the parent has saw those grades before. They not just open it.
You think so?
I think they.
I hope not, because if you know that your kid didn't do good on the report card and you're publicly making
There
it,
are
That's the
parents,
problem
though,
here.
who shame their kids
Yeah.
on Instagram, and
Right.
that is
It
horrible.
It literally
Right.
makes me be confused about what world we're in. I'm like, aliens, hurry up. Like,
What do you think they're thinking when they open those things?
If I post something of my kids, I always like to think, okay, are they going to be embarrassed about this later? And is it positive? I remember I did post a picture of Oriah being slightly upset by not letting her watch the phone.
It was the cutest
like
picture
that.
ever.
But still, it's cute, right?
It's
Wait, what did she
absolutely
do when you
adorable.
took the picture?
She's going, like that. And I just
Right.
thought we were eating.
Yeah, but what did she
And-
do when you took it while she's mad?
She stayed that way. She stayed that way for about
She didn't care.
5-10 minutes.
She was
didn't
living
care.
in real life. She
Yeah.
was just posting it on Instagram.
Yes.
do you think it gets kind of like confusing the blurred line that we're creating between real life and social media life.
Absolutely.
And
Oh, definitely.
For sure. The day Instagram was born, everybody started living for likes.
But this
For
is my
sure.
concern.
Yes.
If we're adults and it's confusing for us, then children who already are in the process of learning how the world works and the context of things, to me, that line is even more blurred. And that's why I feel like it's so hard to get kids to understand, like, you're putting stuff up on Instagram that's going to live forever.
Forever.
Right.
Like, you're putting up stuff that's going to be a representation of who you are. You may want to be more thoughtful about that.
Yeah.
Well, if your parents are doing that.
Yeah.
I think it's a teachable
Concerning.
moment.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
concerning. Speaking of blurred lines, you guys, there's another controversy that is brewing, and this time it has to do with a cookbook. Have you guys heard about rage baking?
Rage baking.
Well, it was a cookbook that was recently published, and it encourages women to start baking because of the climate of our world today. That this is a way that you can get your anger out.
Their outlet.
Yeah, it's their outlet for them to like bake, but it's called rage baking because you're just like taking all of your rage out on something that obviously is positive. It's baking, it's something nice, everybody enjoys some cookies, right? Well, you guys, here's the issue. A black woman named Tangerine Jones claims that the book, which was edited by two women, two women who are white, she's saying that they based off an idea that she came up with back in 2015. And you guys, she has the receipts. So here's the thing. That's Tangerine right there.
Ooh.
She has the receipts. She has the Instagram account, and it has been up for a really long time. And the Instagram account is called Rage Baking. So she kind of came up with this whole concept. So while she was going out, like saying this is what's going on, she feels that she's upset because she feels the book whitewashes the issues of racial injustice, which was one of the things that she was raging about. And that's why she started it in the first place. So obviously two white women doing it kind of dilutes that message. What do you guys think about this?
You know I have strong feelings, so I will wait my turn.
I just also want to add, go for it, Amanda. Speak.
I think language is very important. I call this colloquial colonialism. What I mean by that is a lot of times we see like words that come out of something like powerful getting like taken advantage of by the mainstream or basically homogenized into something that's more easy to swallow, right?
Yeah.
So when she created this, she said that it was about her working through her rage against racial injustices.
Correct.
That's a very specific thing. So once we like take that away from it and make it just like about your rage in general,
Like,
that
my kids pissed me off today.
Yeah.
Let's bake.
It's like the same thing as people
Different.
saying like woke and thinking that woke just means like I know things. And it's like no, woke is about like knowing about like racial and cultural injustices and fighting against them
Being
as well.
an activist.
Yes.
Guys, the book publisher is Simon & Schuster, and they released a statement saying that the idea for rage baking developed authentically and organically.
No, it's thievery.
But you guys, that they will recognize that Tangerine's contributions around the phrase in future editions.
How they gonna recognize with money?
I just
in
wish.
future editions.
Go ahead.
I wish we would trademark things.
So
I wish that
it's
we
so
would
expensive.
Yeah,
copyright
it's not
things.
that-
So
and it-
okay,
and it
so
takes a long
explain.
time.
So a
explain how one would trademark or copyright something.
So
because this
copyright-
is so unfair.
So to my knowledge, copyrights actually can kind of happen more organically. Like
Okay.
if you do something in public that is very attached to you, you
Okay.
do have like a copyright claim to it.
Yeah.
And you can file a copyright, to my knowledge, free. A trademark, though, you got to get a lawyer.
That's it.
Like it's way more
have to
expensive.
file a specific
You have to
lawyer
file
for
for it.
trademarking.
It has to get approved by the trademark office.
Yep.
Like
Make
and
sure it's not taken by
people
anyone
can-
else.
People can get in the way of your trademark.
Yes.
So like, let's say she trademarked this and they were already doing the book.
Yeah.
They could come in and be like, no, we're doing a book. This is our trademark now.
Or
even
also-
though she had already been on the path.
Yeah, or also you can trademark in different areas of licensing. So you can
Yes.
trademark and say rage baking for makeup, like, oh, I'm being baked under my eyes. That actually is cool for makeup versus somebody can do a cookbook still called rage baking.
So
And you
how
have
do we
to
get
pay
this to
areas.
stop
You have to
happening?
pay
Pay for every area that you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's more money.
Well, one, I think this is about also just your ethics.
Because look,
They do it because they can.
Let me say, they do it because they can, but it's just in 2017, Lizzo was working on her demo. she saw a tweet that resonated with her. It said, "I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch." That was later a line that she used in Truth Hurts. She was sued, and she agreed. The British singer Mina Lioness, she gave her writing credits. Now, the thing is that Mina had the means to sue.
Yeah.
This young lady probably didn't have the means to sue and go against,
That's a lot of money.
That's why we're bringing awareness to stuff like this, because it needs to be brought to the attention of people.
But to Amanda's point, it's about ethics.
Yes.
If y'all know that this was this girl's, give her some money.
I was about to give her some proceeds of the book.
And if you didn't know, you should research. And this is the thing. We just saw this happen with the young lady who had made up the Renegade dance.
Jalaya,
right?
Or the Matrix.
Yes, like there's things don't just appear.
Right.
You do your research, you go back to the source point. And so often there is just by big money in big places, they don't feel the need.
No,
to
they knew because when you write books, what they do is they research, and they already knew. They stole that girl's title.
I just want to put this out there, guys. According to the Washington Post, the editor was aware, as Lonnie said, that rage baking exists, but chose to still proceed. Just really quickly, you guys, you can also do what is called a poor man's trademark. You write down your idea, your concept, you put it in an envelope, you put a stamp on it, and you mail it back to yourself. It is dated, that it was not open, and that is a poor man's trademark. Super helpful.
Give her her money.